Dragon Breath Lemonade. It was the hottest, stickiest, meltiest day of the entire summer. But in a quiet front yard, two 8-year-old best friends were buzzing with energy. Meet Leo and Mia. Leo was a boy of science. He was the kind of kid who organized his sock drawer by the days of the week and used a timer to toast his bread for exactly 55 seconds. Mia was bold, creative, and a non-stop idea machine. She was the kind of kid who could convince you that eating ice cream is better than drinking milk. Today they had a mission. They both desperately wanted to buy the shiny new Super Soaker 5000 water blasters. And to get them, they were going to sell lemonade. They pooled their life savings, $5 whole each, to buy lemons, sugar, and ice. Leo took charge of the brewing. Wearing oversized safety goggles, he carefully followed his grandmother's top-secret recipe down to every teeny tiny measurement. Meanwhile, Mia finished painting a giant, bright yellow sign that read, "The best lemonade in the universe, $1 per glass." Soon they were open for business and were eagerly waiting for their very first customer. But their first visitor wasn't a thirsty customer. It was Rocco, the neighborhood bully. He was loud, he was grumpy, and he stomped over to the stand with a mean scowl on his face. "Hand over the cash, nerds," Rocco demanded. "Rocco, we have zero cash. We invested all our money into this lemonade," Leo said. Rocco's face turned bright red with anger. Furious, he pulled out a bottle of super spicy red chili powder, his favorite prank weapon, and emptied the bottle into the lemonade. He let out a villainous laugh and stomped away, leaving Leo and Mia staring in horror. Mia said disappointedly, "Our business is ruined. Our savings are gone." Leo sighed. "We must test it to record the exact level of disaster." Leo took a cautious sip. A second later, his cheeks puffed out. He let out a muffled, "Fire! Fire!" before frantically shoving an ice cube into his mouth. "Fire! Fire! Fire!" Mia whispered. Her eyes lit up. The imaginary light bulb above her head practically exploded. She had a genius idea. 10 minutes later, the lemonade stand had a brand new look. The sign read, "Dragon Breath Lemonade, $1 to try. Finish the whole glass, win $2 back." Word spread through the neighborhood like wildfire. A crowd of curious kids lined up, all wanting to prove how tough they were. A boy named Tommy tried it first. He took one tiny sip, his eyes bulged out, and he ran home as fast as he could. Next was Sarah, who managed 2 brave gulps before she gave up. Nobody could get past half a cup without begging for an ice cube. Then Rocco the bully returned. "Ha! This is my kind of challenge. I'm about to empty your pockets."
Will Rocco win the challenge, or will the prankster get the taste of his own medicine? What do you think?
To generate your own amazing stories for free, download the Mosaic app. Rocco lifted the glass and took a gigantic, show-off gulp. He swallowed, he smirked, and then the dragon woke up. Rocco opened his mouth wide, panting so hard it looked like he was spitting out fire like a human flamethrower. He dropped the cup and sprinted down the street, wildly searching for a garden hose. The challenge was a huge success. In less than an hour, the giant jar was empty, and their cash box was overflowing with dollar bills. Armed with their hard-earned Super Soaker 5000 water blasters, Leo and Mia spent the rest of the day having the most epic water fight, splashing and laughing until the sun went down. They realized, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. The Dragon Breath Lemonade. For more such amazing story videos, please subscribe to this channel and download the Mosaic app.
The shape-shifting cloud. High above a cozy little village lived Cumulus. Cumulus was a cloud, but he wasn't quite like the big, booming thunderclouds. The thunderclouds were huge, grumpy, and loved to show off. They would puff out their giant dark gray chests, grunt loudly, and unleash massive, splashing rainstorms that soaked everything below. Cumulus wanted to reign just like the big guys. He would squeeze his fluffy eyes shut, hold his breath, and push with all his might. Cumulus would accidentally squish himself into something silly, like a teapot, or something cute, like a running dog. The big, bossy thunderclouds would stop flexing their muscles just long enough to roll their eyes and rumble with deep laughter at him. But someone down below didn't think Cumulus was a joke. There was a young girl named Kiara who had a giant imagination and a deep love for telling stories. She noticed the running cloud dog one day and thought Cumulus was the most talented cloud in the whole sky. Every afternoon, Kiara would sit in an open farm field and tell her favorite stories out loud to the sky. And Cumulus? He would listen, cheerfully shifting and twisting his fluffy body to act out every single word Kiara said. One special evening, the entire village gathered in the town square. It was outdoor movie night, a rare and exciting treat for a village without any TVs. But just as the first picture appeared on the screen, one of the big show-off thunderclouds decided to flex his muscles. He grunted, puffed up, and accidentally rained right on top of the old movie projector. With a sad fizz and a puff of smoke, the projector completely broke. The excitement vanished, shoulders dropped, and a cloud of disappointment settled over the crowd. But Kiara knew exactly what to do. She stood up, looked at the night sky, and gave a loud, sharp whistle. High above, Cumulus heard his friend. He quickly floated down and positioned himself right in front of the bright, glowing full moon. Down in the village, a giant, crisp shadow fell perfectly onto the blank movie screen. Kiara took a deep breath and began to narrate a grand, epic story in a loud, exciting voice. As Kiara spoke, Cumulus went to work. He rapidly shapeshifted in the bright moonlight, casting amazing, moving silhouettes. First, he was a castle in a cloud. Then, he was a majestic unicorn. Down below, Kiara shouted, "To defend the crown, the brave knight pulled out his mighty, sharp sword." Cumulus squeezed hard to make a sword, but he squeezed a little too fast. He accidentally shifted into a giant, wobbly banana. The villagers erupted into massive laughter, pointing at the screen. Cumulus quickly wriggled, blinked his fluffy edges, and snap! The banana stretched out and turned into a glorious, glowing sword. The shadow play was better than any movie. When the story ended, the entire village clapped, cheered, and gave a massive standing ovation to brilliant Kiara and the amazing shape-shifting cloud. Even the big thunderclouds were impressed. They let out a shy, soft rumble of applause. Not a scary thunder, but a gentle, rhythmic beat to say, "Well done." Cumulus finally understood that he didn't need to make heavy rain to be important. His unique talent and Kiara's big imagination had saved the night. Because sometimes, the things that make you different are exactly what make you amazing. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. For more fun videos and to generate your own stories for free, please download the Mosaic app.
Today, let's join Samy and Chamy on a colorful adventure. Meet Samy. Samy loves two things: painting big, bright, beautiful pictures and playing in her garden. But there is one thing Samy does not love: veggies. Yuck. She would always find one excuse or another to escape them. Her mom always says,
"Samy, veggies are the magical secret to being healthy and strong."
Not too far away in the garden lived a little chameleon named Chamy. Now, chameleons are famous for changing colors, but poor little Chamy couldn't. He was gray. Always gray. When the other chameleons changed color to hide, that is, they camouflaged, Chamy stuck out like a sore thumb. That's why he lost every hide-and-seek game they played, and it made him feel very, very sad. One sunny afternoon, Samy was in her garden painting when she spotted a tiny, sad, gray blob sitting on a pumpkin. Samy approached and asked,
Hello there. What's your name and why are you so gray?
Chamy gave a little sigh and told Samy about his big problem. Samy smiled reassuringly and said,
Don't you worry, Chamy. I am an expert at colors. I promise we will find a way to help you blend in.
Samy rushed to her art room and brought out her big, squishy finger paints. She dipped her fingers in the paint and started coloring Chamy's skin. He looked like a little walking candy cane. Chamy was excited and did a happy little dance. But suddenly, pitter, patter, splash. The water from the sprinklers washed all the beautiful paint right off. Swish. Poor Chamy was gray, all over again. Not the one to give up easily, Samy ran into the house and grabbed a special crystal called a prism. She held the crystal up to the bright golden sun. Suddenly, a beautiful rainbow spilled out of the crystal. Samy wiggled the prism until the bright stripes of red, orange, yellow, and blue fell right onto Chamy. It looked like he was taking a rainbow bath. He once again did a happy little wiggle. But then, a big, fluffy cloud floated in front of the sun. Whoosh! The rainbow vanished. And just like that, Chamy was back to being a plain, dusty gray. Just then, Samy's mom walked into the garden carrying a big wooden bowl and said, Samy, I've brought you a snack to eat. I'll be back in 5 minutes to check if the bowl is empty. Samy whispered to Chamy, I hate veggies. She looked at Chamy's big, hungry eyes. Wait, Chamy, can you help me finish these quickly? Zap! Out shot his long, sticky tongue. It wrapped right around a crunchy orange carrot. Zap! He grabbed a slice of red pepper. Zap, zap! Down went the green broccoli.
Wow, Chamy, you're a veggie-eating machine. This can be our little secret.
Chamy's little tummy gave a funny rumble. Pop! A bright orange spot appeared on his back. Whiz! Soon, his entire body was covered with colorful polka dots. He climbed on a pumpkin and voila! He turned completely orange. He climbed up onto a big green leaf and whoosh! He turned completely green. The veggies had done the trick.
My mom was right. Veggies really are magic.
If veggies gave Chamy super camouflage powers, Samy wondered what they could do for her. Maybe they would give her super painting powers. From that day on, snack time was their favorite time of the day, and they together snacked on veggies happily thereafter. For more such amazing story videos, please subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. And to generate your own amazing stories for free, download the Mosaic app.